Good morning! How are we all doing? Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. Excuse me. Sort yourself out, Kee. Let's have a quick drink. Let's have a quick drink before we embark on speaking. Otherwise I sound like Kevin out of Kevin and Perry there if I'm not careful. Good morning. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for Yokohama F Marinos against Liverpool in the Asia. Well, I guess it's the Asia. So we've just come back from Hong Kong. The lads say we. I've not gone anywhere. I've been sat right here with you guys. But Liverpool have just flown from Hong Kong. They are sans Luis Diaz today. Luis Diaz officially a Bayern Munich player as of now. He said his goodbyes to the team. Alisson Becker has also left the squad. He's flown back home for a personal matter, which we don't know what that is, but I don't think it's anything related to transfers or anything sort of sinister. I guess it is just something that he needs to fly home to attend to, and the club have given him permission to go and do that. So, yeah, I don't think there's any issues at all with Alisson Becker, by the way. I know a few people have been a little bit freaky about that bit. But no, yeah, I think it is just a simple matter of him flying home to attend to a personal issue, whatever exactly that means. But Liverpool are here at the Nissan Stadium in Yokohama. Now, allegedly there is, well, not allegedly, there has been an earthquake, hasn't there? There's been an earthquake in, is it in Russia? Or off the coast of Russia, and it's affecting the Japanese islands, it's affecting parts of Hawaii, I'm led to believe. This is what I've woke up to this morning. There's news, and there was apparently going to be, the game might be delayed or even called off due to safety concerns, but apparently no, it is going ahead, and thankfully that is the case. But yeah, breaking news this morning, tsunami watch issued for California coast after Russia earthquake, and evacuations in Japan and the US as a major earthquake off Russia triggers widespread panic. But yeah, bad. Very, very bad. It was a big earthquake as well. It wasn't just a little one. It was a big one. It was a big boy. 8 point something, I think it was. Anyway, 8.8. Yeah, bad. Very, very bad. Hopefully everyone's okay. And obviously good to see that evacuations and everything are in order. The game is going ahead. Lucas Leiva and Ian Rush giving interviews there to LFC TV. That is where you can watch this, by the way. LFC TV is where you can watch this live. Reactive, what team do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan, but just because we're watching Liverpool this morning doesn't mean anything. Last night we were watching Barnet against Newport County. We watch everyone on this channel. Absolutely everyone. It's brilliant. So, yeah, I support Liverpool, but we talk about everyone. United forever. What's up, Kee? What game are you doing? I'm doing Yokohama F Marinos against Liverpool. Fun fact, Yokohama F Marinos were managed by Harry Kewell last year. Did you know that? Harry Kewell. Right, Liverpool lineups. Mamardashvili in goal. Van Dijk. Kanate, Bradley, Kerkez, what a back four, unbelievable. Midfield, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai in a slightly deeper sitting position, like that, because then it means that Florian Wirtz is playing in that number 10 position. That's what Liverpool fans have been waiting on. And then that front three of Gakpo left, Salah right, as he always is, and the main man up front, Hugo Ekitike, Hugo's boss. Love it. Unknown, I'm liking this lineup. He's going strong for this one. He is, mate. Yeah, he's absolutely going strong. We're getting into that phase now in pre-season, aren't we? We're getting into that phase where Liverpool fans and just generally all fans of all clubs, I guess, you start to see the managers shift from, let's give the young players some minutes. Let's maybe start to give a platform for players who are looking to move away. Like, for example, Darwin Núñez played a lot of football for Liverpool in the early part of this pre-season, didn't he? And he did really well. I think he's our top scorer in pre-season. So, huge, really, for Darwin Núñez to kind of put himself out there and say to people, listen, I'm a wonderful centre-forward. These guys shouldn't be getting rid of me. And to be honest, a few Liverpool fans at points have questioned whether or not we should actually be moving Darwin Núñez on, myself included. But he is going to go, and he's on the bench today. And I think if this was a different time, maybe he does come on. Maybe this is his farewell game. Luis Diaz went. We saw his farewell game, and he sort of waved off to the fans and everything after the game against AC Milan in Hong Kong. And his wife has left a lovely message. A lovely, lovely message as well for Liverpool fans. Right, where are we up to? 1 second. Tolga, good to see you. Daz, big up. Will this be the 11th for Monday or Palace? Maybe so, yeah. It's not a bad shout, is it, Daz? Callum, can tell the season is round the corner with that lineup, can't you? Absolutely. Ethan, good to see you. Robert, how's it going? Konnichiwa! Yes, good to see you, Robert. Leon, how's it going? Wow, cool. Haven't heard that name in years. Dominic, what a goal last game. Yeah, Dominic Szoboszlai, incredible finish against AC Milan. Sadly, it wasn't enough to get us a result. But the lineups, let me see if there's anyone. Is there anyone that we might recognise in the Yokohama team? Is there anyone in that Yokohama team that we might look at and think, Well, on the bench is none other than Ryo Miyaichi. Robert, you might recognise that name as an Arsenal fan. Ryo Miyaichi. Do you remember him from back in the day for Arsenal? He's on the bench today. Ryo Miyaichi, once considered an absolute wonder kid at Arsenal and at Wigan, funnily enough. Yeah, Ryo Miyaichi. So Ryo Miyaichi is on the bench. Who else might we recognise, maybe? Trying to think if there's anyone else maybe we could see. No, not Jason Quinones. I thought it might have been Julian Quinones. Might have recognised him. Jean-Claude from Togo. No. Elba. Now that is a very strong name. Anyone remember Bayern Munich centre-forward Giovanni Elba? He's obviously named after him, but Elba is starting today for Yokohama F Marinos. You get that? That's quite common, isn't it? It's quite common. Isn't it mad? How many times you go to, in the J League, just how many Brazilians there are. Right. What are we saying, Robert? Oh, yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Right, let me get back to TikTok. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I really am not ignoring you. Unknown, just got my tickets for the Bilbao game. Like it. The Bilbao game. Double header, that, innit? Yeah, double header. Daz Reynolds, where's Darwin? Darwin is on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench. Along with Kashima Antlers, Yokohama F Marinos are one of only 2 teams to have competed in Japan's top flight every year since 1982. And the name Marinos, Yokohama F Marinos, means sailors in Spanish, referencing Yokohama's status as an international port city. There you go. Normal guy, hit the like button. Cheers, man. Yeah, Darwin Núñez is on the bench, but he's only on the bench because obviously we're trying to protect him from getting an injury that might scupper any sort of move. We all know that Darwin Núñez will be leaving the club. As sad as that is, I think he's going, and it's quite obvious that we will see a certain Swede up front for Liverpool before long. A certain Mr. Alexander. Unknown says Dom should definitely shoot more. I'm going for a 4-1 win. Okay. Like it. Ostermorg, Macca's on the bench today. He should get his first couple of minutes. Do we think so? He needs a run out, doesn't he? Does need a run out. Normal guy, I woke up an hour ago. Whereabouts are you again, normal? Because you're surely like 6 a.m. Is it about 6 a.m. your time there now? Can't be far off, can it? Morning, Ronnie. How's it going? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I was going to say, I had a surprising lie-in this morning. I didn't really expect it because I'm normally one of them up early sort of thing. 6:30, 7 o'clock on the button. Especially in summer. 6:30, 7 o'clock, you wake up and you're just kind of ready to go. But yeah, I didn't set my alarm this morning. Woke up and I was like, oh, must be 6:30, 7 o'clock. Looked at my phone, 9:15. You lazy bar steward. So yeah, and I had to get up. I was late. I had to go and take my little girl. America, it's 6 a.m. US Central, 5:11 a.m. now, turning 5:12. Robert, I support Wigan Warriors, RLFC. Is Tommy Luluai still in charge of you lads? I follow the rugby very, very loosely though. Callum 7-1 Reds, Salah 1, Ekitike 2, Nunes 1, Don Wirtz and Rio. Be good. I do think, I'm calling it now. I think Hugo Ekitike does get a goal today. I think he scores. Guest 26666 LFC TV. Yes, LFC TV. Ronnie Dodge, United are playing Bournemouth 2:30 tomorrow morning. I won't be watching. Too late for me. Yeah, no, there is a game on. Is it tomorrow night? I don't know if it's tomorrow night. Everton. It might even be tonight, actually. Everton against West Ham in the Premier League Summer Series. It is a 11:30 kickoff, I believe. 11:30 kickoff. Sam, I'm watching a football game soon. Nice. Which football game, Sam? How cool is that as a job now? Like Rushy and Lucas, Premier League and Liverpool FC ambassadors kind of thing. Just literally travelling the world with Liverpool and just talking football. That is so cool. I mean, it's a far better paid gig than mine is, which is effectively sitting at home, watching football, talking football. But you know, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. He's earned it, Rushy. What a player he was. Newcastle v K-League. All right, okay, nice. Robert, I'm a massive fan of rugby league. Not much about Union. Yeah, I'm the same. I think Union's maybe a little bit. I don't know. There's a certain type of following that you get at rugby league that you don't get at Union, I would say. Byron Fay, who's on today? It's Yokohama F Marinos first against Liverpool. That's at 11:30. That kicks off in 15 minutes. And then tonight, we've got the Champions League. We've got Rangers in Greece against Panathinaikos. They are 2-0 up from the first leg. So, huge opportunity for Rangers to go through to the third qualifying round of the Champions League. Byron, what channel is the Reds on? It's on LFC TV, mate. LFC TV. That's what we're watching it on here. What do I need to put on? I tell you what, sure, we'll do that. We'll put the chat up. Why not? There you go. Hopefully that's worked now. Robert Luluai is assistant manager to Matt Peat. Those two gave us the treble in the first season and quad in the second. Wim, how's it going? Good to see you. See, I remember the days of Palliacina, Fika Palliacina. And yeah, that was when I kind of watched rugby league properly last anyway. Rubes, how's it going, Rubes? Why are you there and not on YouTube? Get over to YouTube. Reese Lewis Diaz was overrated anyway. Isaac, here we go. Isaac's on, mate. It's happening. It's happening. There's absolutely no way. I have never been more confident. I will say this. I have never, ever, ever been more confident of a prospective Liverpool signing actually coming off. Like, actually bearing fruit and happening. I have never been more confident that it will actually happen. And there's not even a bid gone in yet. But I've never, ever been more certain of anything. I am that certain that Liverpool will sign Alexander Isak. He's basically a Liverpool player now. He's basically a Liverpool player now. Rubes. Don't play silly beggars on TikTok. You're going to get me banned. Right. K-League versus Newcastle team is out. Luke Shaw. There are no stragglers in the Man United squad anymore. Hey? Hey? Looking at the same team we are. Sunderland complete Xhaka signing, 20 million quid. That I do think is going to be a very, very big signing for them. I think that's going to be one of them make or break. Might be the difference between them staying up and going down sort of signings. Wim, next Champions League, 3 Feyenoord against Fenerbahce. Sunderland is going to get Robin Riffs. Yeah, Robin Riffs from NEC Nijmegen, isn't it? That's not a bad signing at all, that one. 3-star Reds. Morning, Key. My mum told me to break down a large box into small enough pieces that she could fit into the bin. 500 pieces later, and after a clip around the ear, she said, 58 and you're still daft as a brush. Oh no, that was very, very silly. Are you actually, is that a true story, or is that one of them like dad jokes? See, I'm a dad myself now, mate. I've started making dad jokes. Wim Malfay, Robin Ruffs is a goalkeeper of NEC Nijmegen in the Netherlands. Yeah, I know, yeah. I watched a little bit of him last year in the Eredivisie. We covered a little bit of the Eredivisie last season. Cheers, Sam. Wim, what games did you watch of the Eredivisie? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head now. We've done that many. I honestly couldn't tell you. Honestly couldn't tell you. Whenever. We started in January, so I honestly couldn't tell you. We covered a fair few of obviously the Ajax, the PSV, the Feyenoord games, but I'm sure we did one that was a bit left field, and I can't remember who it was now. It might have been Go Ahead Eagles for some reason. I don't know why I've got Go Ahead Eagles in my head. I don't know. I can't remember. Aha! How are we doing? Good to see you, man. Aaron Ramsdale to Newcastle. Here we go. What do we all think of that one? Aaron Ramsdale to Newcastle. Right, let's let's start a poll. Let's get a poll going for this season. So. Alan, all good here, just waiting for the Liverpool friendly. Me too. Yeah, that's what we're sat watching here now. Robert, sorry about talking about League. I am massive on League 2 with football. Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, one of my best mates has started a YouTube channel where he focuses on rugby league himself. So he likes rugby. He does watch a little bit of rugby union as well, don't get me wrong, but he's effectively trying to, do a rugby union, rugby league version of this. So once that's up and running for the start of this, well, it'll be the next season, it'll be next rugby league season, I'll let you know. Ajax is getting Oscar Glauc. He's signing a 5-year deal at Ajax. How do we feel about that? 3-star Red, she asked me in this summer's heat wave, if you put your hands in a bowl of cool water, it keeps you cool. Which I replied, of course it does, Mum. Just make sure you flush first. FM No Casuals, good luck to him. Up the Wigan Warriors. Well, we've got another Wigan Warriors fan in here, mate. Good to see you as well, FM No Casuals as well. Caleb, yes, Prem Dad, still in bed. 25:11. You lazy so-and-so. Get yourself out of bed. Hey up, good to see you though, mate. Really good to see you. Robert says, I hope transition so we can have a chance at the Prem. Well, there's a vote, by the way, on YouTube if you want to go and vote in it. What can this Liverpool team achieve this season? Is it going to be that we're going to challenge for the Premier League title only, and maybe actually we don't win it? Maybe it is a transitional year. Maybe it's City and Arsenal. Maybe they push on, and Liverpool would just, because we have signed a lot of bodies, we've let a lot of people go, and I imagine there'll be more to go and more to come before the end of this window. So it's a big transitional phase for Liverpool, and you've got to look at it and think, well, maybe it is going to be difficult to win the title again. We don't know. Let me know what you think. But is it going to be a challenge for the title and maybe just a transitional phase? Maybe a big go at the Champions League? Is it going to be we retain the Premier League title and then we go for the Champions League? Is it going to be one of them? Or are you one of the Liverpool fans who does just think, do you know what? We can win the lot. We can win the lot. We've got the quad is very much on this year. What channel is the game on, Caleb? It is on LFC TV. And it's at the Nissan Stadium in Yokohama. Mind your own, Liverpool and City will win it. Arsenal can't pick up the trophy this season for finishing second. I would agree with that, mate. Yeah, I think Liverpool and City are the only two I think who can win it. I actually think Chelsea could end up finishing ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal third, maybe fourth, tops. Be very surprised if they got any further than that. Look at the state of that. The amount of honestly, it borderline angers me now. Borderline angers me when I see these games getting, players walking out. People ask me, Kee, you went to hundreds, maybe even thousands of games over the last 30 years. You went to watch the games. Why don't you go to games anymore? Have a look at that. I couldn't go there. No chance. I'd hit the deck. I've got epilepsy, by the way, for those who aren't familiar. Sorry. That's why. Every game now seems to have like a light show and strobe, so I can't. There's no way I could do it. Look at Verge. I just want us to be in the new kit though now. Are you not a little bit fed up with Liverpool being in this ridiculous last season's kit? I want to see us in this season's kit. 1st of August is when it's all changed over. Liverpool, champions of England. Time to illegally stream the game. Nah, well, you don't need to because it's free on LFC TV. It's free. You don't need to illegally stream it. Caleb, my stepdad is an Arsenal fan. He won't be happy if Chelsea finish above them. I ain't got LFC TV. Well, like I said, it's free. It's free on LFC TV. So if you've not got it, that's But it is literally free on the channel, so you can watch it. There you go, there's the lineup. Mamardashvili, Kerkez, Van Dijk, Kanate, Bradley, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Gakpo, Salah, and Hugo Ekitike. I do think it's quite curious, by the way, that Liverpool are leaving some of our new signings, our key players, are all still on like 54, 56. Hugo Ekitike's 58. They're all being left on large squad numbers because I think it's quite clear they know, obviously Luis Diaz is going, that's the number 7 shirt freed up. Darwin Núñez will go, that'll be the number 9 shirt freed up. I think it's quite clear the club are going to wait maybe another week or two. Once the new kit is announced, it might be Alexander Isak gets number 9. Florian Wirtz maybe he gets number 7. And I think they're just waiting for a few people to move around so they can sort the squad numbers out ahead of the kit launch, which happens on the 1st of August. So is that Friday, 1st of August? Yeah, this Friday. This Friday, new kits come out. Caleb Ekitike is playing. Yeah, he is. He is playing. Mind your own, Villa haven't brought nobody. We already have a team that's gelled. Yeah, well, yeah, but you're still short of a few, aren't you? Definitely still short of a few. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Villa do this season. 3-star Reds, what about that game last night? Left the stream, went to make a cup of tea and nipped upstairs, came back and it was a penalty shootout. It was unreal, that. Barnet against Newport County. If you've not watched it yet, go and watch it. It was, not only did you see maybe 2 of the best goals you will see, certainly the first one. The first goal from Newport County, I would honestly argue, might well be the best goal you'll see all season. Think Paolo Di Canio's scissor kick volley for West Ham, but outside the area. It was that sort of a goal for Newport County. What a game and what a goal to start the English Football League season. It was incredible. Incredible. Robert, I always think last season's kit looks like binary code. Yo, Samuel, yo, Kee, what's up, mate? Good to see you, man. Wim Malfay, this Friday, KV Mechelen and Club Bruges at 9 PM. I don't think, who have we got on Friday? I think Friday we're already booked in, aren't we? What games have we got on Friday night? Oh, we're watching Luton. We're watching Luton against AFC Wimbledon, the big kick-off of League One. And speaking of kick-off, we're off here. Liverpool and Yokohama F Marinos were underway here at the Nissan Stadium. First opportunity for Hugo Ekitike, and he's had his first touch in a Liverpool shirt. How about that then? Robert, I watched the highlights. Those goals were incredible. They were really good. Right, this stadium looks incredibly familiar already. Right, now, I'm going to call this. I've not looked at it. I've not checked it. But this looks like where Steven Gerrard scored for Liverpool against... Was it Flamengo in the Club World Cup? Ekitike's in! Oh, unlucky. Fast start that would have been. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. Yo, Samuel. So who's going to be the main man on the left side for Liverpool? On the left wing today, Gakpo. Gakpo's on the left wing for Liverpool. Salah with a lovely... We've just had our first glance of Salah and Ekitike. That first link-up play. We've just had our first glance at it. It was a lovely little ball over the top. Ekitike read the run. And he cushioned that down on the outside of his foot with his heel. That was incredible. I know we get a little bit excited, overexcited about the little small things in pre-season, but that was some touch. And here's Florian Wirtz. Oh, come on, these lads. These lads are going to be special. 3-star Reds. Forest still very much interested in signing Ben Dokes, apparently, if reports are true. I'm not saying this in like a patronising, head-patting sort of way. I honestly think whoever ends up getting Ben Doak and Tyler Morton will get themselves an absolute bargain. And I mean, to the point where I think Liverpool might even come back in for them in years to come. They are two incredible. And same with Bajcetic as well. Bajcetic is another one. Right, how we going? Annex, what do you think of the CONCACAF Leagues Cup competition? I'm not going to be watching it. It seems a little bit... I don't know. To be honest, I don't really follow it as much as maybe I do the other leagues and the other cups, purely because of the time zone difference. But I am familiar with it. I know it starts in a... Is it tonight it starts, actually, the Leagues Cup? I follow Pachuca very, very loosely. Again, Pachuca's probably my Mexican side. Robert, fun fact. I got a programme from 1992. Wimbledon versus Arsenal. Got it for free. It's brilliant. Your Samuel, the happiness on your face when you're watching any Liverpool game. Oh, no, I'm like a kid dizzy on lemonade. Mind your own. As long as Birmingham City get humbled in the Championship, I'm happy. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I mean, I'm not a Birmingham fan, but just let him get on with it. Just let him get on with it. It's all good. Caleb, Man United play Bournemouth at 2:30 in the morning. Alex, for you, who was the revelation team of the season last year? You'd probably have to say Liverpool, wouldn't you? I'm kidding. No, PSG were brilliant. PSG were absolutely fantastic. Yeah, couldn't look past PSG. They were terrific. SSB 28, big ups. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Mind your own. Villa plays St. Louis at 1:30 a.m. When do Everton play West Ham? It's Everton-West Ham, I think, in the next 12 hours or so. Sure, it's tonight. 11:30 kick-off. Under the floodlights, Chelsea front line is ridiculous. Simmons, Palmer, Pedro, Neto, Caicedo, Enzo. Xavi Simons will be a good signing for them if they get him, yeah. Yeah. But I still just don't really see how he fits in. A midfield three of Xavi Simons, Enzo and Caicedo. It's a great midfield three on paper, but not sure how it's going to work. Scrum Down Live, here he is. We've just been talking about you, James. Long throw into the box, cleared away. Yeah, Robert, you was asking about a channel that covers rugby league and rugby union and general rugby. This is him. This is my mate. Scrum Down Live. Maybe give him a follow. There you go. I'm generating fans and viewers for you already, James. Tone, the pitch is like a potato field. It's not great, is it? It's not great. It is coming up in areas, but I've got to check now because I'm pecking my own brain a little bit here. I am almost certain that Liverpool played here in the Club World Cup in 2006. Steven Gerrard scored. I'm calling it. I'm sure we did. 2006 FIFA Club World Cup. Gerrard scored an absolute worldie. And I'm just making sure. Was it at the Nissan Stadium when we played? It wasn't 2006, 2005. I don't know why I'm saying 2006. 2005 would have been Barca, wouldn't it? Right, 2005. Here we go. Liverpool played Saprissa, and it was at the International Stadium in Yokohama. There you go. It was here. It was here. There you go. Crouch got 2, and Gerrard got the 3rd. Deportivo Saprissa of Costa Rica. We beat them 3-0 here in December 2005. 15th of December 2005. I didn't remember us leaving was it mid-season we had to go and do that? That's crazy. Scrum Down Live, it would help if I get some content out. That's true. Yeah, he is only just starting, Robert, in fairness. He's just about getting going. But he's going to be very good. He's a good guy. SSB28, low-key, this Japanese team is better than I initially thought. Tactically, this is a good test. Well, they're mid-season, aren't they? They're mid-season, the J-League. Goldie, who are Liverpool playing now? It's Yokohama F Marinos of the J-League. But yeah, the J-League is literally underway. They are 24 games into the Japanese season, and they are 3rd from bottom. So as far as them being, a good side, they're not. They're 18th out of 20 in the Japanese J-League, in the J-League. But they're fitter than us. I think that's probably the question. That's probably why we're struggling. It's because they're fresher, they're fitter than us. Liverpool, half of these lads are still on the beach. Still on the beach. Under the floodlights, it boils my blood that you have a Lazio shirt behind you and not a Roma. Gasparini's going to bring it home. Here, mate. Here. I have got a Roma. I have got a Roma kit. I've got one. Here, Totti. Hey, I've got a Totti shirt. I have got both. I'm an absolute turncoat. I've got a Lazio top and a Roma top. Tone, Big Angie's old stomping ground. Yeah, that's again very true, yeah. Very, very true. Be yourself, Dylan. Good to see you, man. I predict 6-1. I think Liverpool get a couple, don't get me wrong. Oh, it was off the post. Off the post from Cody Gakpo. That was the first real chance. It's gone behind for a corner. Mind your own bet, he's got an Everton top he cuddles in his bed. No, I haven't got any Everton tops or any Liverpool, any Man United tops, I mean. Any Everton tops, any Man United tops. Ball whipped in, chance, far post, and cleared away by the Marinos. Torn Celtic winger Maeda came from Yokohama. Did he really? Daisen Maeda. He's quick, him, isn't he? Very quick. Scrum Down Live, we're more union focused than league. Under the floodlights, Evan Ferguson bagged 4 goals in pre-season for Roma. Yeah, he's done very, very well. Very, very well. Goldie, I can't stand Roma. They stabbed Borough and Leeds fans. I mean, listen, that's not just Roma. That is, I mean, listen, I absolutely agree, mate. I went to Rome. I went to Rome when Liverpool played there in the Champions League semi-final a few years ago, and we definitely struggled in that sense. There was lots of... It's not a nice place, I don't think, Rome, from a football fan's point of view. It really isn't a nice place. I didn't enjoy going to Rome. I've been to lots of lovely places around the world watching Liverpool. Lots of places. There's just no way at all I would go back to Rome. Didn't enjoy Rome. But I like Roma. AS Roma, the club, even if the fans are not particularly pleasant. But, you know, I did enjoy the club. Growing up watching Totti and Del Vecchio and Tomasi, Damiano Tomasi and Vincent Candela. Some cracking players. Emerson. Great players. Abel Balbo. Some really, really good players for Roma in the 90s. And the noughties. Forza Lazio. Probably not me again. Let's see that old Cov top, please, mate. I have got it, but I don't know where it is. I think it might be over there. I'll get it for the next stream. Or one of the next streams, if I remember to dig it out. But I have got it. I've got it's the old Subaru. The old Subaru Coventry top. I'll tell you what else I've got as well for the start of the new season. I have got Sheffield Wednesday kit. Not kit. I'm not going to be wearing the shorts and the socks and the shinnies, obviously. But I've got... Do you remember the old black Sanderson Sheffield Wednesday away kit with the gold stripes? I've got that. So I'm covering that for one of the Sheffield Wednesday games this season. Tolga says Yokohama 3-0. Ah, come on, Tolga. Yo, Samuel, any Arsenal tops? No chance. No Arsenal tops. I tell a lie. I have actually got an Arsenal top. I've got the away one. Do you remember the yellow JVC? I've got that somewhere. I just need to... I've got limited space in terms of putting them out, so I'm debating whether or not to actually wear them throughout the season. To corner to Yokohama F Marinos here again. Mind your own, Sunderland are making moves in the window. Wonder if it will even help them. It will. Sunderland are going to do alright this season, I think. Ball whipped in from the left-hand side. Cleared away by Van Dijk. It's a good play by Liverpool. Scrum Down Live. Sure, I can do the odd Wigan game. Gotta be covering League and you do League and Union. I'm telling you, League and Union. I know you're called Scrum Down. There's not really any scrums per se in League, but you should. Robert, I'm wearing the Dreamcast Arsenal shirt. Nice. Love that kit. Reese, I'll send you the Arsenal away kit with 14 Gyökeres on the back key. And you're okay, mate. You're okay. You keep hold of that. Very kind of you, though. Very, very kind of you. There's Wataru Endo on the bench. The best midfielder in the world. The GOAT. Robert, gotta do the derby. Sintellins versus Wigan Warriors. Up the Saints. Go on, Saints. Long ball forward from Mamardashvili. Ekitike picking it up. And here he is. Oh. I didn't like that. He didn't really dribbled himself into a bit of trouble there, Ekitike. But he wins it back. Good lad. That's what we want to see. That's better. Much better from Hugo. Gave the ball away, straight after him, won it back. Good lad. That's what we want to see. You can use it to wipe your toilet. Into Gravenberg. Gravenberg over to Wirtz. We've got an overload on the far side. It's going to be a corner. Wirtz went for the shot from distance. Florian wants a goal. He wants a goal. 3-star Reds, a 78 Forest shirt worn in the first round of the European Cup would look great in your display kit. Do you know what? Forest I really, really like your kit this season. I was so tempted to get... I'm kind of against buying kits of competitors, do you know what I mean? Not that I necessarily consider Forest... I just don't want to buy any kit from a Premier League team this season. Any Premier League team, it wouldn't matter. I would never buy United. United's away kit this season, the black one, is very, very nice. I hate to say it, but it's very, very nice. Corner again from Florian Wirtz. I've got to say, I'm not impressed with these corners from Liverpool. In the opening 15 minutes, Florian Wirtz is on corners. And he's not beat the first man on any of them. Now, I don't know if that's a tactic. He's done it again. He's done it again. I don't like these corners. I think we always had Trent or Robertson on corners. Now, obviously, neither of those are on the pitch. So we're going to have to find a solution. Salah sometimes took corners. Sometimes Szoboszlai took corners. And to be honest, I did criticise Szoboszlai a lot last season as well for his sort of corner taking. I criticised him an awful lot last season for that. It was always straight into that first man. So maybe it is a tactic that Arne Slot is trying to pull off. Maybe it's a tactic he's trying to... Maybe he's saying, listen lads, whip it into that near post. Make sure it goes into that near post. We'll get a flick on. McAllister was good on corners last season, says Ostermorg. Yeah, and he's not on the pitch either. So there you go. That's maybe that's why it is. Maybe we're down to our sort of 4th and 5th choice corner taker. But Florian Wirtz, thus far, I'm not saying he's crap at corners before anyone goes off on one, but I've got to say I'm not overly impressed. We've had 4 or 5 corners so far, and it feels like every single one's gone front post, near man, straight out, cleared away. And I feel like if that's like a real bugbear of mine. When I'm watching football, I always want to make sure if you get a corner, the very least you have to do. It was kind of drilled into us when we was training as kids. It was always get a set piece, make sure you beat the front post. Beat the front post, because if it gets past the front post, chances are it's causing chaos. But you can't the absolute cardinal sin is it can't go into that near post and get cleared away by the man on the front post. Can't do it. So it's always disappointing when I see it. Ostermorg, we've done that one, sorry. Maya, I support Man City. How do you fancy you'll do next season? Are you happy with your signings? And who else do you think you might need? Unknown, get it right on the penalty area. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, penalty. I mean, you can float it into the penalty spot, or you can whip it in and try and, land it on the keeper, on the line almost. A lot of people tend to do that nowadays. Whip it out and curl it in. You just got to make sure you get enough height on it to beat that front post. Because if you just have it on the front post, it's not good enough. Caleb, have you seen Watkins Wants United? Have I seen Watkins Wants United? I've seen that Watkins has told Villa that he would like to move, if at all possible, if a suitable offer comes into the club. So I think he's trying to do it in the most respectable way, but I don't know if he said specifically he wants United. I feel like what is likely to happen is Manchester United and Newcastle are prioritising Benjamin Sesko, understandably, because he is 8 years younger than Ollie Watkins, and he's about the same price. And I would argue that in 2 years' time, Ollie Watkins will probably be done and dusted, whereas Sesko will be coming into his peak. So, and he'll retain his value. In 2 years' time, Ollie Watkins is maybe only going to be worth a fraction of the 60 million quid it would cost to get him now. And it's just, that clubs have to think like that, don't they? So, I think Ollie Watkins wouldn't be a particularly smart signing for whoever it is ends up with him, and he'd be better off staying at Villa. But if he does go, whoever doesn't get Sesko probably gets Oliver Watkins. Ollie Watkins. I would imagine if Newcastle miss out on Sesko, they'll get him. If United miss out on Sesko, they will get him. That would be my opinion anyway. Grizzly Mob, how's it going, Grizzly? Good to see you. I am very, very good, mate. Yes, thank you. Very good. Tone Diaz looks really happy being revealed in Germany. Do you think he wanted the move, or was it just a money move? I think it was both. I'll be honest. I think it was both. He was on £55,000 a week, which you and I would crawl over broken glass for, wouldn't we? 55 grand a week is absolutely sensational. But to a footballer who is in their absolute peak, who I think most people would agree, if you're picking the top 5 left wingers in Europe, I don't think you could do that without picking Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz is in the top 5 in world football on the left wing. I would still say that, even though he's at Bayern Munich now. I do. I think he's absolutely sensational. Oh, what a ball that is from Salah. Gakpo's in behind. Chance for Liverpool. Must be. Oh, there's a claim for a penalty here. There's a claim for a penalty. Is he going to get a penalty? Is he going to get a penalty? No. Ref says no. That was a wonderful, wonderful ball, that, from Mo Salah. Whipped it right over the top and Gakpo was in behind. What a pass this is from Mo Salah. Honestly, imagine Alexander Isak running onto that stuff. Honestly, we will walk the league if you get someone who can finish. Not that these lads can't, by the way, but Gakpo and Ekitike. Gakpo, I think, just, you could tell he was maybe a little bit slow off the mark there. Joseph Vickers, are you watching the Summer Series matches tonight? I'm not watching Everton, mate. It's a little bit past my bedtime, that one. 11:30, isn't it? Everton against West Ham. So, no, I'm not going to be watching it. I might maybe watch the first half or something, but I'm not going to be, like, streaming it. I imagine I'll just catch the first half and then go to bed. See how it is. Unknown, I would have Kerkez on corners, in my opinion. His balls in the box last season for the Cherries was great. Certainly on the left-hand side. Certainly on the left-hand side. Frimpong did take quite a few as well for Leverkusen. Grizzly Mob, I am currently watching from work. Nice. And Normal Guy, R.I.P. Jota. Yes, absolutely, R.I.P. Jota. And Andre Silva as well. But yeah, sorry, coming back to what we was talking about there, Tone. Diaz. He's on 55k a week. He was being offered, and I believe, again, this is what's being quoted, apparently he's on 220k at Bayern. 220k. Bayern have offered him big money to go there. So I think he's happy that he's experiencing a new culture. He's probably made his mind up that he would like to try something new. Chance here for Liverpool. Oh, Dominic Szoboszlai just couldn't gather it. Again, the pitch, I think, holding up. The ball came into his feet. He was one-on-one with the keeper, but just a little bit too heavy, the pitch, in places. It is really holding up. I'm a little bit concerned we might have an issue with injuries in this one, you know. But yeah, apparently it's 220k a week, Tom. So 55k to 220k a week. So apart from all the culture and all that sort of thing, I'm sure he'll be looking at it and going, I've just like quadrupled my salary here. He was pushing Liverpool to get him on a good salary, and we said, no, we're quite happy to keep you for another 2 years on 55k a week, as we would be. Hence why he was so keen to push for a move. And 220k a week, I mean, look, I don't know what your salary is, but if someone told me, if I was on, let's say, 50k a year, someone said, here you go, you're going to be on 200k a year, I'd be smiling and happy as well. Tony's won silverware everywhere he's been. He'll win silverware at Bayern, won't he? Yeah, he'll clean up there. He will clean up. Joe, I keep pal. I'm already sick of the criticism Ramsdale is receiving. Most saves in the league last season. Yeah, but most saves in the league last season. Oh, Ekitike! Unlucky. Again, a fantastic bit of link-up play between Wirtz and Ekitike there, down the right-hand side. Fresh from the Bundesliga, these lads, and it was a lovely little flick at the near post. It's going to be a corner. It wasn't actually Ekitike and Wirtz. It was Ekitike and Connor Bradley. The Northern Ireland captain, Connor Bradley. That was sensational. Lovely little flick as well from Ekitike to get a shot on target. Here's Florian Wirtz. Stands it up. Kanate must score. Oh, took off his head. Took off his head there. Unlucky. I really hope he signs a new contract. Joe, he's a good keeper, which he's shown at Arsenal, where he's got a good defence in front of him. I mean, good would be a stretch. Arsenal moved him on for reasons which we all know, mate. He made a lot of errors, didn't he? Of unforced errors as well. And I'll be honest, he did that at Southampton last year. I remember watching... Do you remember the game for... Must be... Oh, unlucky. Again, Liverpool pushing forward. Do you remember the game against Man United at Old Trafford? Southampton were 1-0 up. And Ramsdale threw two of them in. He absolutely threw two of them in. He's not that good, to be honest. Only use him for cup games. Eddie Howe is great at improving English players, pal. I'm not worried about that. Well, he's... Eddie Howe's a good manager, but I think you've got to have the potential there to get it out. I mean, I don't think he's not, he's not going to be able to get a worldly keeper out of Ramsdale, and you were looking for a keeper to come in and be your number one. I would be amazed if Aaron Ramsdale, look at what he did to Gordon. But would that not have happened anyway with Anthony Gordon? You've got to remember he's a young player. Like, he's a young player coming in and growing into the team. Gordon's done well, Livramento's done well. You could apply the same logic to Murphy. You could apply the same logic to Harvey Barnes to a degree. So, what's happening with Doak? I wasn't happy when we let him go from Celtic. Do you think he'll be a regular eventually? Soberslai with a shot. Cleared away by Yokohama F Marinos. It's all Liverpool here, as you'd expect. 27 minutes gone, still 0-0. Do I think he'll be a regular eventually? No. No. In short, no. I think he's a wonderfully talented player. I think he's ready for first team football now. I think we saw last season at Middlesbrough when he was on loan, he was terrific. And I think at certain points last season, I'm sure it was about January time, February time, Ben Doak had the most successful carries into the penalty area of any wide player in the top 5 leagues in Europe, plus the Championship. If you included the Championship in that, Ben Doak was the best wide player in Europe for successful carries into the penalty area, which that tells you everything you need to know about Ben Doak, isn't it? He's absolutely terrific at dribbling, running at the fullback, causing chaos, and he's such a wonderful player. I just don't think he's good enough to be... Let's say this. He's too good to be sat on the bench behind Mo Salah. He's too good to be farmed out on loan somewhere else. And he's not good enough to challenge Mo Salah right now. So he's kind of in that Harvey Elliott sweet spot. I think we really need to move him on for his own sake as much as Liverpool's. And I imagine we'll probably get a pretty decent offer. 25 million quid. I think we turned down 25 million quid for Ben Doak from Crystal Palace earlier in January, I think it was. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we end up with something similar again. 25 million quid. On you go. Joe Pope was in a similar situation to Ramsdale. Look how he's done. Was he? Pope was at Burnley and playing really well in the England squad and everything. I don't think you'd ever say he was... Certainly wasn't... Aaron Ramsdale's been a bit of a jobber. He's went to Arsenal. He started flapping. He lost his place in the England team. He got dropped and Arsenal moved him on. He went out to Southampton. He wasn't brilliant. Didn't pull up any trees. Made a lot of mistakes. Got relegated. One of the worst teams in Premier League history. And it's gonna be difficult. I think Aaron Ramsdale isn't the player that Newcastle fans wanted. Put it this way. I don't think you can't sit there and say, oh, he's awful, I don't want him. But you didn't want him, did you? Like, you didn't. He wasn't a player you would have been made up with at the start of the summer. But you've got him now, so make do. See what happens. Ostermorg says Elise, Kane, Lucho is a class front three. It's not as good as our front three. Not as good as our front three. Joe, I want every player that wants to come. Why? Surely that's not a good standard to set. You don't want every player that wants to come to Newcastle to get in at Newcastle. You've only got 25 places at best. 25 places you can offer. So you want to have a high bar for players that come to Newcastle. Not only do they have to want to be there, but they have to be very good. I think we get Sesko done in the next couple of days. Been looking promising on Craig Hope. I think he's talking to you and he's talking to United, and chances are he probably has you played off against each other. And I think he knows, Sesko, or at least his agent will know, won't he, that you're desperate. You're desperate. So he'll be squeezing all the cash out of you that he can. He'll be on massive wages, Sesko. Huge wages. Robert Key, this is the most important question in history. What do you have on your roast dinner? If you like it. If I like it. I am Englishman born and bred, of course. What do I like on my roast dinner? Lamb. Definitely lamb. Don't mind a chicken roast dinner. Don't mind a beef roast dinner. I don't mind a pork roast dinner. I love any meat, to be honest, but lamb particularly. I'd prefer a lamb roast dinner. And I'd have carrots and turnips. I mean, Mrs. makes these lovely carrots and turnips with like a little bit of honey in, pepper, tiny bit of butter. But yeah, pepper, and it come out, it's like a lovely peppery, honey, sweet. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So that, Yorkshire pudding, lamb gravy, roast potatoes and boiled potatoes, just for a nice different. Actually, I'm not that bothered about roast potatoes. Just boiled is fine. Just boiled with Swedes, carrot and Swede mash, lamb, Yorkshire pudding, and then cabbage. I like cabbage. Chicken and loads of gravy. Joey's a brilliant player. Yeah, he is. No, he's a good player. He's a very good player. Very good player, Sesko. You'll have done well if you get him. Done very, very well. Ball whipped in from the right-hand side. Again, it's a shocking corner. Again, this is one of the things that we're going to learn from this game. If from a Liverpool fan's perspective, this is going to be one of the takeaways from this game. We need to sort our set pieces out, lads. Whoever is on set pieces, that is not good enough. Not good enough at all. We're throwing set pieces away as far as I'm concerned. Gakpo from distance. Oh, he skied it. He skied it. I will defend Liverpool players somewhat and say that the pitch is... It is dreadful. It is absolutely dreadful. But it's a full stadium here in Yokohama. Tone, who is the set-piece man at Liverpool. The set-piece man, as in the set-piece coach. I don't know who is the set-piece coach at Liverpool now. Who is it? Liverpool has not officially appointed a set-piece coach. However, Aaron Briggs was initially handled... Aaron Briggs initially hired as first-team development coach is effectively handling the role. He replaced Vitor Matos and has taken charge of set-piece strategy and training. There you go. So it's Aaron Briggs. That's our set-piece coach. But again, there's only so much coaching you can do on it. At the end of the day, the players have got to execute it on the day. And the amount of times Florian Wirtz, and it is Florian Wirtz, every single time Florian Wirtz has got the ball on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, he's whipped it in and it is gone. Oh no, unlucky Ekitike, it was just behind him. It's just gone straight to the first man. Not good enough. Really not good enough. Dean, where can we watch the match? You can watch it on LFC TV. Joe, I think it's disgraceful that Liverpool fans are making lies of Isak selling his house. Well, it's not, mate. I mean, look, that's not Liverpool fans. Let's be clear. That's someone. Maybe they are a Liverpool fan. Maybe they're not a Liverpool fan. Whatever. But it's one person has been sad enough to concoct a house for sale in Newcastle and claim that it's Alexander Isak's house. The reality is that hasn't caused any chaos, has it, mate? Let's be really honest. That hasn't caused any chaos at all. That has been Liverpool. That has only added to Alexander Isak choosing to not go on the tour. Alexander Isak being removed from all the photos at the Newcastle club shop. You know, Alexander Isak training alone. All of that stuff, that's nothing to do with Liverpool or Liverpool fans. That's Alexander Isak and Newcastle. Robert, add stuffing as well. Yeah, I'd have stuffing. Stuffing's good on a Sunday roast, absolutely. Kerry, how's it going, Kerry? Good to see you. Thank you for the follow. Tone, he's cancelled the milk as well. Yeah, Robert, he's Turkish. Don't worry about it. He thinks you're talking about the match. Joe, I'm saying they said he was causing chaos at training. You didn't read it fully. There was nothing. It just said causing chat. It didn't say chaos at training. But either way, yeah, I don't think you can't really put that on Liverpool fans. Oh, Gakpo, wonderful play down the left-hand side. Kerry Davis, have Liverpool been good? It's been difficult. It's been a difficult watch. We're 38 minutes in, and the pitch has been really, really heavy. You can tell it's just a really bobbly pitch. It's coming up in different areas and it's pulling away. Like, it's not like a carpet that the players can play on really nicely and zip the ball about. It's bobbling. It's having to... Yeah, it's difficult to play on. It's very, very difficult to play on. So, it's currently 0-0. We haven't really had too many chances. Gakpo's hit the post. Florian Wirtz has had a shot. Ekitike's had a shot. Both saved by the goalkeeper. But other than that, there's not really been too many other chances. We've had all the ball. We've just not really had too many opportunities to do much with it. Adam, hey lad, where are you watching the game? Watching it on LFC TV, man. Joe, there's a chance he doesn't even leave as the owners from Arabia visited yesterday to sort him out. What do you think sort him out means? Great save by Mamardashvili. Fabulous save that. Yokohama F Marinos probably with the game's biggest chance there, actually. Fabulous play. It was a counter-attack down the left-hand side. They've stood it up to the far post. Header from their centre-forward. I tell you something, that is an absolutely sensational save from Mamardashvili, low down to his left-hand post. That is fantastic. That is why he is there as maybe our number one. Who knows? He might end up taking over from Alisson sooner rather than later. Unbelievable save, that. Fantastic save. Robert, Carvery, 3 meats. Bloody hell. Kerry Davis, who is your favourite player? My favourite player. I mean, I like. I've always had a soft spot for Andy Robertson. I just like Andy Robertson. But I like all of them. Alisson would probably be my favourite as well. Adam, here's a follow, lad. Have a great day. Cheers, man. You too. Thank you. Appreciated. Unknown Gravenberg looks really rusty. I just think, honestly, the pitch is really, really bad. I'm not making excuses, but the pitch is really, really bad. It's holding up in areas. It's bobbling. It's you can't really read it. And it's heavy as well. You can see it. Like the players are. It's like they're playing on a bouncy castle a little bit. It's not good. Really not good. Joe, contract. What about the contract? He could still be tempted to sign a contract. You never know in football. No, I don't think so. I would be amazed. Put it this way, would you sign a contract? Would you sign a contract with this Newcastle team? Would you, like, if I know you're a Newcastle fan, right? Okay, so let's say it's not Newcastle. Let's say it's exactly the same team, but instead of a Newcastle strip, they're wearing a Villa strip, or someone that you don't hate, someone that you have got no real view on. Let's say you're playing, but you're playing in France, and actually it's a Marseille kit, right? Would you sign a contract? Because I wouldn't. If they've lied to you before. They've lied to him 18 months ago. He was promised a contract, so they've had the opportunity to keep him. They said, here we go, we'll give you the big contract. 6 months later, we're not giving you that contract now. Alright. Eddie Howe then comes out publicly and says, listen, if these players want big Champions League money, they've got to play like Champions League players and get us back in the Champions League. So, get your head back on and play like a Champions League player. What does Alexander Isak do? He does exactly that. He does exactly that. He puts his head back on and he gets Newcastle back into the Champions League. He gets them and he wins them a cup, right? So he does everything. He does his part. And then it comes to the end of this season. Again, no contract forthcoming. There's a promise that Newcastle are going to sign a load of players. There's going to be an option. There's going to be an investment, a big investment in the squad. What happens? Nothing. They don't sign anyone. They don't invest in the squad. So, again, if you're looking at it from an Alexander Isak point of view, who is impartial, he hasn't got any reason at all to stay at the club. He's not a Newcastle fan. I wouldn't stay. They've lied. Joe, PSR, pal. What do you mean PSR? What do you mean PSR? What's that even mean? PSR. Behave yourself, PSR. They could sign players if they want to. They're choosing not to. Choosing not to. And again, if it's PSR, don't make the promise. If it's PSR and you know, if you as a club are of the opinion that you cannot make any signings, then don't promise them. Don't promise them. Don't say to Alexander Isak, we're going to make a big investment in the squad if you know that you can't. If you can't do it, then don't make the promise. That's come from Craig Hope as well. Craig Hope has said all this. I'm not saying anything that's, speculation or conjecture. It's absolutely true. He was promised investment in the squad and he was promised a big contract. He got neither. He's doing... For me, I think I would be frustrated. I think any football player anywhere would be frustrated by that. And Newcastle have been frustrated by that. Newcastle have been incredibly frustrated by that. Joe, Ilanga, Ramsdale and Wissa and Sesko are half guaranteed. Wissa and Sesko are only half guaranteed because of Alexander Isak's impending departure. Ilanga only really got wrapped up as Isak started to make moves, didn't he? Isak was saying, I'm not happy with all this happening, as Ilanga was getting wrapped up. So again, this has been all happening just as it's taking place, and that wouldn't qualify. Even if you're saying it was way before, it wasn't. But even if it was, even if, let's say, I say you're right on that, Elanga wouldn't qualify as an investment, a significant investment in the squad. Elanga doesn't take this Newcastle team from just about 5th to any higher next season. Doesn't improve you massively. You Newcastle fans knew that. You said we need all these players. It's going to be a huge transformational summer. You've not got it. You can't say Isak is wrong for being upset when you are upset. You guys are upset. All the Newcastle fans are upset. But apparently Alexander Isak isn't allowed to be. Especially when he's had a promise of a contract pulled from under his feet as well. So I think he's entirely right. Entirely right to behave as he has. I think he's entirely right to be annoyed and frustrated. It's not like he's done it on a whim. He's been talking about this for over 18 months. I'm not upset. I think Sesko and Wissa are way better. Okay, listen, I think Sesko and Wissa, there's a world that makes Newcastle a stronger team, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Because you get 2 players in instead of just 1. I don't necessarily know where you play them, but I think, yeah, there is a world where those 2 come in and Newcastle are collectively a better team. Yes, I agree. Kerry says, your favourite player is probably Diogo, R.I.P. Yeah, Diogo, wonderful player. Wonderful player. Wonderful man. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's half-time here. Yokohama 0, Liverpool 0, half-time. It's not been a particularly great half of football. And what do we think happens at half-time now? Do we think... I mean, it's almost certain there will be a massive, massive rotation now. I think that Liverpool probably changed the entire 11. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see a completely different lineup coming out for that second half. I think there's a good chance. I mean, for sure, Endo comes on, right? Endo comes on. I think Frimpong comes on. I think Curtis Jones comes on. I think McAllister comes on. I think we probably see Andy Robertson and Tsimikas maybe. Probably one of Freddie Woodman and Pexy going in goal as well. Maybe Lucas Stevenson comes on. Yeah, Lucas Stevenson maybe comes on, or Tyler Morton, one of those playing at the back. Interesting. Okay, I think we do. I think we probably see 7 or 8 changes to that lineup at half time. Joe Wissa will rotate with Gordon or rotate with Sesko. Very versatile. Sesko hat-trick on the 26th. Oh, Ramsdale gives it large to the away fans. You could be right, mate. You could be right. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, I don't see it like, but maybe. RIME. Slaughter's already said most will play 60 other than the likes of Grav. Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Gravenberch looks a bit leggy, to be honest. Calvin Reeves, is Robertson going to stay at Liverpool this season? Yeah, I think he does. I think Tsimikas goes. I would be amazed if Tsimikas stays. But then again, Tsimikas might decide, actually. I think he's only got... How long's he got left on his contract? I think he's got maybe a year at best. No, he's got 2. 2027. So 2027, I think Tsimikas probably leaves on a free. But there's certainly teams who have been interested in him, and 10 million quid probably gets him to another Premier League team. Wonderful player as well, Kostas. I like him. But Robertson's brilliant. You've got to keep Andy Robertson in that squad. Joe, I think we definitely get Wissa. He's already pushing. I think Brentford will just have to sell him, but for the right price. Well, I think Brentford are holding you guys over a barrel a little bit and saying, well, look, you know, we don't really... We're quite happy to keep him. And you need him more than we need to sell him. Phil Giles will be a lot stronger than Newcastle are able to be with Alexander Isak. Tsimikas seems to be refusing to go. Annoyingly, he's not good enough. He's going to be third choice left back this season, isn't he? He's third choice left back. He isn't going to get a kick. So I think for his own peace of mind, he'd be better off going. And we could get the wages off the book. We could get 10 million quid in the bank. How much? I mean, I don't really know how much wages he's on, to be honest. I don't think it's too much. £75k a week. Kostas Tsimikas was on more than Luis Diaz. Kostas Tsimikas was on 20 grand a week more than Luis Diaz. See, that's the sort of thing. If you're Luis Diaz, you'd be raging at that, wouldn't you? You'd be absolutely raging at that. Joe, I think Whistle and Sesko is getting sorted in the background. Will all be announced soon as Isak. And Isak and Liverpool are done. We're waiting on you. I'm telling you, Liverpool and Isak is done, and I think Liverpool and Newcastle are agreed with Alexander Isak. That's all sorted. We are literally just waiting on you to sort Benjamin Sesko out, and whether or not he decides to go to you or to Manchester United. Be yourself, Dylan. What's the score? It's 0-0. Yeah, it's 0-0. Still 0-0, mate. D28 PSV agree a deal to sign 18-year-old Sol Sidibe from Stoke City. Medical this week. They sign good young players, PSV. Fatboy 007, these pre-season matches, the result does not matter. It's just about getting minutes for the team. Fair enough. I agree with that. I'd agree with that. Callum, it feels like the ball hasn't been played into Ekitike as much as it should. Mate, the Greek Scouser won us the cup from the spot in the 21-22 season. I know. I was watching that in Turkey. I was in Turkey for that final. Loved Kostas. I love Kostas Tsimikas. I would like to have seen him stay, but let's be dead honest with ourselves. He isn't going to stay. He's third choice left back, so he isn't going to get a kick all season. He needs to go for his own benefit and for the club to get 75 grand a week off our books. Be interested to see what the second half looks like for these. Be yourself, Dylan. Pre-season doesn't matter, but when Newcastle lost 4-0 to Celtic, everyone goes bonkers. It's jokes. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool did last season. Liverpool we lost big games. In fact, I remember the year we won the Champions League, we lost a couple of really, really big defeats in pre-season. So, it does happen. It does happen. You get beat in pre-season. It is entirely about fitness, really. Ollie Marley says it's a pretty boring game. It has. It's been pretty dull so far. But I do think it is. I'm not going to, go too over the top with it. But I do think it is the pitch. Ostermorg, you was talking about how we need a good corner taker. Maybe Kostas is the answer. Well, someone better be the friggin' answer. Someone better sort it out. Because whoever's taking them corners has to do better than we've been doing. Has to do better than we have been doing. Do you think Szoboszlai has held the ball too much? I think he dwells on it a bit too much. Well, he's playing in a deeper role, isn't he? And I think maybe Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. You've got to think about what are the two real sort of traits of Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. They like getting the ball to feet, turning, and sort of picking the head up and running, right? And both Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are exceptional ball carriers. And as we have seen many, many times already in this game, as soon as they get the ball to feet and they go to dribble it, the ball's bouncing and bobbling. And it doesn't really... For me, it's not a particularly good pitch for... It's not a pitch that is conducive to good, attractive, on-the-deck football. Because as soon as you dribble it for any more than a couple of yards, you're losing it. The players just aren't really used to it. Be yourself, Dylan. Do you know any players from the other team? Not really, no. There's Ryo Miyaichi, who many Arsenal fans and Wigan fans might recommend or recognise from back in the day. Ryo Miyaichi was once considered a wonder kid who came through the Arsenal academy. He's on the bench today for Yokohama F Marinos, so we might actually see a bit of Premier League nostalgia. But yeah, that's the only real name that you'd know on the bench or even in the first team of the Yokohama F Marinos squad. And as I said, Harry Kewell did manage these last year, so there is a little bit of a Liverpool connection here. Little bit of a Liverpool connection. Joe, have you got any old AC Milan shirts, mate? I have. I'm trying to see if I've got any down here. I don't know that I do, actually. I've definitely got some, but I don't know where they are. I've got Roma, I've got Lazio, I've got Fiorentina, I've got a Juventus top. Who else have I got? I've got loads of Serie A shirts, yeah, loads of them. Dominic Nash, what do you think about James Trafford at Man City? I think that'll be a decent move for City. I think Ederson's obviously going. Whether he goes to Galatasaray or to Saudi or somewhere else, I think Ederson is definitely moving on. And Trafford back to City, I think he starts. And I don't put it this way: I don't think James Trafford signs for Manchester City in a World Cup year. Bearing in mind England are going to the World Cup, right? I absolutely don't believe for 1 second that Trafford signs unless he gets assurance that he's number one. Because you wouldn't, would you? If you're James Trafford, you wouldn't go back to Manchester City to sit on the bench in a World Cup year. Doesn't happen. Same with Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke has been in every England squad recently at Chelsea. There is absolutely no way in a World Cup year he goes to Arsenal to sit on the bench behind Bukayo Saka. So any Arsenal fans trying to tell you that he's going to sit on the bench, they are talking out of the rectum. Joel Pickford clear number one for the World Cup. Never put a foot wrong for England. Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't say never put a foot wrong. He's certainly the clear number one right now. But I think if James Trafford starts for Manchester City for a season, Jordan Pickford doesn't get a look in. I think by the time the World Cup starts, Tuchel is picking James Trafford. I think Pickford becomes the bench keeper. Best pen stopper in the Prem? No. I don't know if there's evidence for that. I don't think he is though. But here, let's see if that is indeed the case. Right, here we go. So when was this? 2025. Okay. So no. Jordan Pickford isn't even in the top 10. Jordan Pickford isn't even in the top 10. Not even in the top 10. Yeah, not even in the top 10. Top 10 out of English keepers. He's not. He's quite considerably behind Dean Henderson of Crystal Palace. Dean Henderson at Crystal Palace has saved 4 out of 11 penalties that he has faced, which is a much better record than Jordan Pickford. David Seaman, 7 out of 22 as well. David Seaman's another one. Mark Crossley, 6 out of 20. So yeah. I heard Gibbs White might be moving to Man City. Not this summer, he isn't. No, I think he's staying now. I would be amazed if he goes anywhere now. Ostermorg, what I hope isn't happening is Robbo is 4th or 3rd choice centre-back and Kostas is 2nd choice left-back, but I doubt that worst case scenario. Well, that is a possibility, mate. I do think that is a possibility, but I think that very much depends on whether or not we're able to bring in the players we want to bring in. Darwin Núñez is coming on and Curtis Jones is coming on, which I would imagine is for Hugo Ekitike and Gravenberch. That would be my claim or my prediction. Let's see. Curtis and Núñez coming on. Ollie, how do you think Newcastle do in the league, Carabao Cup, FA Cup and Champions League? Newcastle, I think, finish at this moment, I would say 7th in the league, which is probably just about good enough for the Conference League. I think they probably do a decent cup run, maybe in the FA Cup this time. I think probably go out to the Carabao Cup, but I think they do all right in the FA Cup. Maybe they do reach the semi or maybe the final. And the Champions League, I think they finish in... Hang on, let's get the second half clock. Scoreboard underway, right? The scoreboard is underway. Yeah, I think Newcastle probably finish not in the top 8, but in the next 16 down. So they probably reach the first knockout round. I don't think they get the bye to the second knockout phase, but I think they do reach the first knockout round of. So in other words, I think they finish in the top 24 out of 32 teams in the Champions League. They definitely don't finish bottom 8, and therefore they should be fine for at least one knockout game. But I don't think they go too far in it. They'll struggle this season with no Isak. Be a bit of an adaptation period for Newcastle. They've not bought all that impressively. Big chance for Yokohama, just wide. Very, very big chance. 60 seconds into the first half here. Liverpool not really able to defend that one. Again, set piece is a big issue for Liverpool. Not only attacking, but defensively. We're not switched on there. Not switched on. Razine, hiya mate, will you do a stream of Barca game tomorrow? We face FC Seoul on our Asia tour. It's Lingard versus Rashford. I'll have a look, mate. I'll have a look and see. Yokohama are in here. Oh, just wide. Callum Trafford is probably a better shot stopper than Ederson. That's probably fair. Callum, what do you think? Ekitike thinking Núñez is still here and Isak is coming in a World Cup year. No, I think, listen, Ekitike will have been brought in knowing that Darwin Núñez is getting moved on by the club. I don't think there's any doubt about that at all. Everyone in the club will know what the situation is with Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez stays at the club unless Liverpool buy Alexander Isak. If Liverpool are able to secure a deal for Isak and we get a replacement, then he can go. I actually think Núñez will want to go at this point. He'll be after a move. He'll be leaving. In his frame of mind, he'll want to go. Because it's on record. He's been very, very frustrated by Liverpool and how they've handled his whole situation. And if I'm really honest, I can understand it because every time he's played, he's done really well. He's scored, he's got assists and things like that, and then we've dropped him the game after. Because if we kept playing him, we owed Benfica another big lump of money. So I think in January, it was made very clear that Darwin Núñez, Arne Slot doesn't rate him, Arne Slot doesn't want him. So I think in January it was made clear, look, that's it now. This summer we'll sort out a move for you. We'll try and figure out a move, but I can't do out for you. Until then, I want you to contribute and have your head screwed on. And he's done that. But I can understand how frustrating it must be knowing that it doesn't matter how well you play, you're getting dropped in the next game. Right, Liverpool are making another couple of changes here. Wataru Endo and Kostas Tsimikas about to come on. Razine, why is Poole playing with the last season kit? It's because we had an agreement with Nike that we can only start our new contract with with Adidas. We can only start that on the 1st of August. So our contract with Nike officially ends on the 1st of August, and it starts with Adidas then as well. So yeah, Liverpool have to play all of our pre-season games in the Nike kit. Ollie, do you watch all the Liverpool games because you're a Liverpool fan, or do you sometimes watch another game on live? We watch everyone. Yeah, I watch everyone. I'm a Liverpool fan, so typically I cover most Liverpool games. But I also we watched Barnet and Newport County last night. I say most Liverpool games. No, I watch all Liverpool games. I watch all Liverpool games, but I also watch Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, City, Barnet, Newport, Coventry, the Eredivisie, La Liga, Serie A. We watch everyone. We've watched absolutely everyone on this channel, and we continue to do so. Ostermorg, wasn't we offered big money for Darwin in Jan? Yes, we were offered close to 75 million quid for him in January, and we turned it down because we were still in the throes of a title race. So we chose not to. We chose to keep him, which to me seemed fair enough. Yeah, seemed fair enough, that. Be yourself, Dylan. The Champions League system, I think, gives small teams a better chance. Yeah, I do too. I think it's good to have more teams in the Champions League, but it would be better if you had fewer teams from certain leagues. Like, in an ideal world, it would be better if you had, say, Dynamo Zagreb, the Croatian champions. They got an automatic place in the Champions League. They didn't have to qualify. It would be better to have that than have the team that finishes 5th in the Premier League gets in automatically. That to me is it's nonsense to me that Spurs can finish 17th. Oh, huge chance, Liverpool! Oh, no. Darwin Núñez, you're doing nothing to disprove the doubters there. Oh. Darwin Núñez has just missed an absolute sitter. He's just missed an absolute sitter. We're talking 6 yards out. Darwin, 6 yards out. You've got no one around you. He's put it wide. Every time I try and defend you, Darwin. Every single time I try and defend you. But yes, we was offered big money for Darwin in January, and I think that's the benchmark now. Is we were offered 75 million from Saudi in Jan. I think we would quite happily accept maybe 60 now. And I think we probably will get about 60 for him. Edward, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Brandon, how's Ekitike playing? Ekitike did well in the first half. I thought he did okay. And he has come off for the second half. Ben, I think we just need to keep him now, though. Why? Why do you think that? I'd be insulted as a player when clubs don't want to buy you. Makes you want to play better. It's not necessarily that clubs don't want to buy him. Napoli, the champions of Italy, Napoli wanted to buy him, but Liverpool effectively priced them out of a move. We've got a valuation for Darwin Núñez based on the fact that we were offered 75 million for him. So, you know, we will accept a little bit less, but we don't want to accept loads less. So we're waiting on somebody to offer us money in that region. And apparently Saudi have now. Apparently Al Hilal, I think it is, have made a bid. Simone Inzaghi has made a bid for Darwin Núñez, and it's not too far away from being agreed. But we are insisting that we will only allow him to go once we get Alexander Isak through the door, which is reasonable, isn't it? That's entirely reasonable. Ollie Marley, Newcastle are losing against the K-League. Oh no. Ben L 2025, that green kit reminds me of Patrick Berger. Well, it was Patrick Berger at Old Trafford, wasn't it? The free kick at Old Trafford. Absolute screamer. Or Titi Kamara at Highbury. One of my favourite Liverpool kits, that. Well, one of my favourite kits, full stop. Oh, Yokohama have scored. Jesus Christ. That's the last thing we needed. There you go. 54 minutes in. It's a simple ball in, actually, and a really, really good finish. It's a really, really smart finish, that. Very, very good finish. And, you know, we can't say we've not been warned. 10 minutes in to the second half. They've had a really, really good start to the game. Poor. This is the 18th ranked team in the J-League. Ooh, he'd have been offside there if he goes for that. That might be offside. If we got a VAR, then that one wouldn't have stood. But I don't think there's going to be any VAR. Some pass that, though. I tell you what, if any other player makes that pass, you'd look at it and go, Jesus Christ, that is like Mesut Ozil levels of good. Absolute screamer. It's a really good goal, that, from Yokohama. Well done, Liverpool. 1-0 to the team 18th in the J-League currently. Edward, Kieran, why do we have pre-season anyway? Because it doesn't mean anything. It's for fitness, mate. It's for fitness. It's to make sure all the players are fit. Franco H90, are you watching Liverpool? I am, mate. Yes, I am. We're watching it now. 1-0 down to the Marinos. That was a tidy goal, though. Was it Creo? It was a very good goal. Very good goal. Can't fault it, really. It was a fantastic bit of movement and a lovely little pass, little inside pass. Very good goal. Mo Salah from distance. Chance here. Must be. Gakpo. Good block from the defender there. Just about gets it away. And Kerkez recycles it for Liverpool. All the way back to Van Dijk. And back to Mamardashvili. Oh, Darwin Núñez, you little beauty. Love that. Into Salah. Salah back. Shot from distance. Poor. Very poor. Edward, have you seen our leaked away kit? It looks stunning. I have, mate. Yeah, I've seen all the kits. Kits look great for from Liverpool. Really good. again, incisive play around the edge of the box from Liverpool, much better. But it's just the amount of bobbles. It's so difficult. So difficult. I'm not going to say I'm not concerned, but I'm not concerned about the quality. It's something that we talked about a lot last season in terms of how it would be affected by Liverpool having so many changes this season, how it would be affected, how the cohesiveness of the squad, how it would be affected by Liverpool. Losing Trent, losing Andy Robertson from the starting lineup, probably dropping out Szoboszlai from the starting lineup for Florian Wirtz, probably dropping out Luis Diaz and maybe Darwin Núñez or Jota obviously from the starting lineup. There's probably half the team effectively. Half the starting 11, good chance it's completely different. And now another reason for concern for Liverpool is that Wataru Endo is coming on for Virgil van Dijk, and he's been given the captaincy. Obviously that is because of the fact that we're in Yokohama, we're in Japan, and Liverpool are doing this from a marketing perspective. So the fact that Endo is captain doesn't mean anything at all. But he is playing centre-back. And that is something that Liverpool fans are a little bit concerned about, because there's no Liverpool fan wants to see our fourth choice centre-back being Wataru Endo. We need a centre-back. Make no mistake about it. We need a centre-back. Losing Jarrell Kwanzaa is... It's no issue. If Konate and Van Dijk are fit all season, then they're fine. We're absolutely no problem. And actually, as long as Joe Gomez is fit all season, it's not a problem. But Konate has had his injury issues. Joe Gomez is known to have his injury issues. So, heaven forbid we get a bad injury to Virgil van Dijk. Heaven forbid. Because then the title race would be wide open again. It would be a real problem for us. And I think if Liverpool have any real intent in defending our title, we have to go out there and we have to buy a really solid centre-back. Someone like a Mark Gay. Mark Gay makes a lot of sense. But it's a corner to Yokohama F Marinos here. It's definitely a concern how disjointed we look, but that is to be expected by just how many new players have come in. That is absolutely to be expected. That's wonderful play there. Really, really good play from Liverpool. Into Mo Salah. Chance. Must be. Get in there. What a finish. And it's that man, Florian Wirtz, with the goal. There he is. Florian Wirtz has stuck it in the net, and what a fantastic goal from Liverpool. We are disjointed in many ways defensively. We do look a little bit all over the place in midfield and at the back. So many changes. But I tell you something, when you put Mo Salah and Florian Wirtz and players like Cody Gakpo and Dominic Szoboszlai, when you put those players on the pitch, they cannot fail to just connect. They are just wonderful players. It was Curtis Jones, back to Salah, Jones with a lovely little flick, and Wirtz with a great finish, wraps it into the corner. Good play that by Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, a player who's had a lot of criticism for Liverpool, but he's proven he can step up, and Florian Wirtz has stuck it away. He'll be our new number 7. You watch. Florian Wirtz has put it away for Liverpool. Yokohama 1, Liverpool 1. Wirtz has done it. Ostermorg saw Palace were linked to Bissek, getting their Gay replacement in. Well, they've been linked with Bissek, and they've been linked with Diamand from Sporting. And Florian Wirtz has gone off now. He's been taken off. That's his last action of the game. He's scored, and he's gone off for young Ryo Miyaichi. Ryo Miyaichi has probably been our best player in pre-season, to be honest, hasn't he? AM10, I think Wirtz will take 27. He could do, couldn't he? Yeah, maybe he keeps that from like a consistency point of view. Right, Frimpong has come on now as well, and has Tsimikas. Been quite a few changes there. Ryo Miyaichi, Tsimikas, Frimpong. In fact, I'll tell you the lineup now. So the lineup has changed a little bit. So Robertson's on. It's Mamardashvili still in goal. It's Frimpong right back. It's Endo and Tsimikas at centre back. It's Robertson left back. It's a midfield of Jones, McAllister and Elliott. And it's a front three of Nyoni, Miyaichi and Nunes. I imagine Nyoni actually is in midfield and Elliott is part of the front three. Yeah, so it's Elliott, Miyaichi and Nunes up front. Yeah, it does look that way actually. Elliott is a little bit further forward. Kieran, hi mate, hope you're well. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Good to see you. Again, if you're new around here, give us a like and a subscribe. We are live every single day on this channel. I'm live tonight for Rangers against Panathinaikos in the Champions League. Panathinaikos v Rangers, I should say, is in Greece. The second leg of the Champions League. So if you want to watch that with us tonight, make sure you've given us a like and a subscribe. Unknown, I can't stand Tsimikas. He's so bad. Oh, I love him. I love him. I have no problem with him, but he's not a centre-back, is he? He's starting at centre-back there with Endo. We don't really want him at centre-back. And truth be told, he does need to move on. We need to sell him. But Miyaichi just overran it ever so slightly there. Again, the pitch letting us down. But you can see the intent from the young man. Darwin Nunes giving the ball away again. Darwin, come on. Oh, every time Darwin Nunes. I love him so much and I defend him all the time. Unknown, he dives in too much and his positioning is so poor. I honestly think he might be our best crosser of the ball in the squad right now. Honestly. I think he might be our best crosser of the ball. He's a wonderful... Going forward, I think he's a good attacking fullback, isn't he, Kostas Tsimikas? Defensively and positioning, fine. I'll probably concede with you that he's not as good as Andy Robertson. But attacking-wise, I think he's very, very strong. And defensively... Do you know what I think it is? I think it's his physicality. He's maybe not... he's not as quick as Robertson. He's not as quick, and he maybe doesn't have the stamina of him, the natural sort of being able to get up and down the flank. So, in slot system, we have our fullbacks very high, don't we? Very, very high. Chance for Liverpool! And Nyoni scored! It's 2-1! Hey! Get in! We're in front! Get in the Reds! Trey Nyoni! You love to see it. The ball came over to Frimpong on the right-hand side, and he whipped in a lovely ball in, and it was Trey Nyoni, back post. Is he 98? Is that 98 on his shirt? Just smashed it in. Trey Nyoni gets it in. But there you go. A great ball in from our right-back, Frimpong. So a goal from Wirtz, an assist from Frimpong. Who needs Trent Alexander-Arnold? Who needs Trent Alexander-Arnold when you've got a full-back who can cross like that? Oh, it's a great ball in. It's a great ball in. Absolutely brilliant, that. Jeremie Frimpong. Brilliant. Assist from Frimpong. Goal from Wirtz. We wouldn't have asked for much more today, apart from maybe an Ekitike goal. But that's good. I'm happy with that. Great ball in from Frimpong. Get in the lads. Kieran, all good, mate. Ipswich winning on pre-season matches, but it's all doing it in the league. So glad I'm seeing wins again. Didn't see much in the Premier League. Yeah, it'd be good to see Ipswich getting back amongst it in the Championship this season. We'll be doing some Ipswich games. Callum, come on, one more, then it's just the Rangers after. Ostermorg, I think a club like Leeds would do well with Tsimikas. Him putting corners into the likes of Stach would be good. Yeah, agreed with that. He has been linked quite a lot with Leeds. I think any of those teams down the bottom end of the season, down the bottom end of the table, would really benefit from Tsimikas. I think the problem is, mate, he's on quite big wages. 75k a week is a lot for a lot of teams down that bottom end of the and I think he's probably looking at it, Tsimikas, and going, listen, I'm not going to get 75k a week anywhere else. I am not going to get anywhere close to 75k a week anywhere else. So I'm quite happy to stick it out. Unless Liverpool maybe pay him off. And that might happen too, you know. Maybe we agree a deal and he goes to somewhere on 50k a week. You know, you might find a club who'll pay him 50k a week, but he'll want Liverpool to pay him the other 25. It's a little bit like the Rashford situation at Man United, albeit not as bad, because he's on 315 or 320k a week. And there's not a club in Europe who'll pay him half that. Ostermorg, unless he goes to Saudi. Well, yeah, unless he goes to Saudi, but seemingly, he might not have any interest in going to Saudi. There's some who don't. There really is some who don't. It's a corner to Liverpool. Sternio, how's it going, mate? Who do you reckon is going to be our free kick taker? Free kick taker this season? I think Salah. Yeah, I think Salah. I don't necessarily think that's the right thing to do, by the way, but Salah was over every free kick last season. If you remember, it was always him and Trent. And Szoboszlai, maybe. Now, Wirtz can take a free kick. We know he can take a free kick. But I think Salah will pull rank, especially now he's got the vice-captaincy armband. I know it's not an armband. Come on, before you start. He's a vice-captain. I do think that Mo Salah probably ends up. Yeah, I think he pulls rank. And plus, Salah will be pushing to hit that Alan Shearer all-time Premier League goal scorer. Now that he's signed for 2 years, I do believe that Salah will have all eyes on breaking that record. He's that sort of a player, isn't he? And I think once he stays for 2 years, I think we probably get him for another one. Maybe another 1 or 2, depending on how he goes on. Hopefully he stays fit, and hopefully he carries on this unbelievable goal-scoring run. But there's only one target Mo Salah has eyes on now, and that's obviously more team honours. He wants more medals and all that. But I think he's looking at Alan Shearer. He is looking at Alan Shearer. And he's going, I want that record. I want the all-time Premier League goal-scoring record. Ostermorg, Maka, Sobo or Wirtz will be on them. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maka's a good shout too. Sorry, what's this? Salah won't catch Alan Shearer. He's nowhere near. Well, he is, mate. He absolutely is. What's he on? He's on one. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly what he's on. We'll talk. Well, let's not guess. I'll tell you exactly what he's on. There you go. Alan Shearer is on 260 Premier League goals. Right. Mo Salah is 5th in the all-time scoring charts on 186. He is 1 behind Andy Cole in 4th, who's on 187. He'll definitely get ahead of Andy Cole, and I think he'll probably get ahead of Wayne Rooney in 3rd. Wayne Rooney is on 208. So Salah needs 21 Premier League goals this season to level up with Wayne Rooney. Okay? If he can get 26, he levels up with Harry Kane in 2nd. So if Mo Salah does what he did last year, chance, huge chance for Liverpool. Keeper clears it away. Good save. Yeah, if Mo Salah just does what he did last season, then he probably is second in the Premier League charts behind Alan Shearer. Behind only Alan Shearer. He'll be ahead of Andy Cole. He'll be ahead of Wayne Rooney. He'll be ahead of Harry Kane. Just if he does what he did last season, right? And then he'll be like 40-something behind Shearer. And I think he'll look at that and go, I can do that in another 2 years. I think if I can get another 2 years out of Liverpool, I reckon I can finish ahead of him. Because he's got a better goals per game ratio than Alan Shearer, Mo Salah, believe it or not. He's got a better goal per game ratio. Callum, Rio's looking so good. Yeah, he's a good player, Ryo, isn't he? Really sharp. It's a free kick to Liverpool here. This is what we were talking about. Who is going to take the free kicks for Liverpool? Well, there is one just outside the area here, and it's Alexis McAllister who's over it. Maka with a big opportunity here just outside the area to maybe make it 3-1. Sternio, I can't watch the match because I'm in Wales. You can watch it for free on LFC TV. Okay, McAllister. Shot from distance into the wall. That's not a good... and he volleys the rebound miles over the bar. That's not a good cameo, that, Maka. If that's your audition for free kick taking, then, you know, you need to do better. You need to do better. Okay, into the last 15 minutes here. Yeah, if you look at goals per games, there really isn't an awful lot between Henry, Kane and Aguero. Henry, Kane and Aguero, goals per games are basically identical. Henry is 0.68. Kane and Aguero are 0.67 goals per game. Mo Salah is 0.62, but obviously he's a winger. So, yeah, I think there is a very, very real possibility that Mo Salah ends up the best goal scorer of all time in the Premier League if he stays it out at Liverpool for another 2 or 3 years. And he'll certainly be looking for it. Callum Coyle, I'm happy now, Kieran. 1 team to go and I win. Well, I'm rooting for you, mate. I am absolutely rooting for you. We'll be live tonight, by the way. If you're wanting to watch along, make sure you have clicked like and clicked subscribe and all that good stuff. We'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. for Rangers against Panathinaikos in Greece, the second leg of the Champions League. I'm tempted to maybe do another one, you know. I wonder if there are any other games on today that maybe we could do. Liverpool finishing now, and then, nah, there's not really, is there? There's not. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff, Panathinaikos and Rangers. So I'll be live at 6, actually. Yeah, I'll be live at 6 o'clock, Panathinaikos Rangers. Alright, well, I'll see you at 6 after this game, then. If anyone's coming back. Sternio says might have to. The Wi-Fi here is shocking. Mamardashvili. It'll be interesting to see how many minutes and what competitions and how many appearances he actually gets this season with Alisson. Because I think we all would agree, wouldn't we, that Alisson's our number one, and I don't see that changing at all this season. But it's probably also fair to say that Mamardashvili wouldn't come to Liverpool unless he was assured that in 12 months' time he will be the number one. I think that's probably what the situation is. I think Mamardashvili has been told, look, if you come to the club, we'll get you, bed you in for the first year, get you to understand how the league works and how the country works, get you settled into your new house and maybe the language and all that sort of thing. And then what we'll do is we'll get you bedded in to the number one slot for the 26-27 season. Kieran Baines, random question. Mo Salah or Steven Gerrard? Who is better in their peak? Steven Gerrard. Easily. I don't care. I personally think Steven Gerrard at his absolute peak. I don't think there was a better player. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Don't think there was a better player. Steven Gerrard, I think, is more of a game-changing player, more of a match winner than any other player I've ever seen. Ever. And yes, I include the obvious ones in that. Sternio, do you think Darwin is going to go? Yes. Yeah, categorically, I think he does go. I can't see Darwin staying when we've got Ekitike and Isak up there. Can't see it. I think we're just waiting on the Isak deal to get kind of rubber stamped by Newcastle. They have to sign Sesko. It'll all fall like dominoes. They'll sign Sesko or they'll agree a fee with Sesko and Leipzig. He'll be flying in for his medical, and then as soon as that happens, you'll just see breaking news. Liverpool have had a bid accepted for Alexander Isak, and the bid was accepted like 2 weeks ago. The bid has already been agreed, and the contract has already been agreed. So it'll all happen very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. I think, and I'll say this now, I think from the moment Alexander Isak has a bid accepted from Liverpool, I think within 24 hours it's signed and done. 24 hours, I think he's booked in for a medical and he's on his way down. And alright, let's say 48 hours, I think it's done. Very, very quick. But it might drag on a little bit. It might actually go into the start of the new season. There is maybe a possibility that Liverpool... Maybe Alexander Isak is still a Newcastle player. I'd be surprised if it does carry on this long, but maybe Alexander Isak is a Liverpool player... a Newcastle player when they play Liverpool on the 26th. At St James's Park. But yeah, don't get me wrong, Mo Salah is very, very good. Really, really good play that by Jeremie Frimpong down the right-hand side. That's wonderful play by Liverpool. Great ball in. Oh, lucky. That's going to be so dangerous for teams down the right-hand side. There's no way they're going to be able to keep out Jeremie Frimpong. He's so quick. So quick. Kieran, what is your expectation for Liverpool this season? What is my expectation for Liverpool? I would say I'd be very surprised if Liverpool don't win the league. I'd like us to compete for the Champions League, and I'd like us to compete for the FA Cup and the League Cup, of course. But I honestly wouldn't. I think if Liverpool win anything this season, I'll be really happy with it. I'll be really, really happy just to have won something this season. Any of those 4 things would be a good season. But I'd love Liverpool to retain the Premier League title. My expectation, again, as in my bare minimum, would probably be, I think, 2nd or 3rd. And that's it. That would be my bare minimum expectation, because I still think it's a transitional season. I know that's maybe me setting the bar very, very low, and people may say that's ridiculous, but I do. I think you've got to remember we've signed and we've let so many players go. Like last season, if Liverpool had finished 3rd in Arne Slot's first year, you'd have been fine with that. You'd have been absolutely fine with that, because everyone was expecting Liverpool to fall to bits when Jurgen Klopp left. So I honestly would have been fine with it. I'd have had no problem at all if we'd have lost, in the title race, and we'd have finished 3rd. Or even 4th. That wouldn't have been a terrible year for Slot in his first year. But we didn't. We surprised everyone, and not only did we win the title, we absolutely pissed it. We walked it. So then, now Arne Slot has had to rebuild his team, and he's sold a lot of players and brought a lot of players in, and there's still going to be more incomings and outgoings to try and reshape the team and make it his own. So if that means, as a consequence, we have our rebuilding season this year, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. So if we do have a 3rd or 2nd or a 3rd finish, it wouldn't be dreadful. Get in! What a goal that is! What an absolute screamer that is from young Ryo Miyaichi. We've been waiting on that. We have been waiting on that. What a run, and what an absolute finish. What a screamer from the young man. Forget Dowman. Forget Dowman at Arsenal. Oh, he did a little dribble, did he? He did a little dribble, and then Joe Linton shoved him off the ball. Yeah, well, what about that? Miyaichi picks the ball up on the halfway line, sprints forward, little jink, little shimmy, step over, drops inside, and then drills it past the keeper. We've got our own wonder kid. What an absolute fabulous goal that was from Ryo Miyaichi. And you know what? We might not even need to sign a wide player. We might not need to sign a Rodrigo. We might not need to sign one. We've got this lad. He's special. He's absolutely brilliant. And I think he might surprise a few this season. Ryo Miyaichi. Paul Hexam, Frimpong's pace is going to scare defences to death this season, pal. Just said the same, Paul. He's going to terrify people on that right-hand side. And I think this lad might terrify people on the left-hand side. Ryo Miyaichi off the bench to get one for Liverpool. Absolutely sensational from the young man. Callum, he's really got the world at his feet. Only 16. This is it. People talk. Everyone's been talking about Dowman. Oh, he's like Lamine Yamal. He's like Lamine Yamal. I haven't seen a better player since Lamine Yamal. Get on your bike. What's he done? He's 15. This lad's only a few months older than him, and he's just wrapped one in against Yokohama F Marinos. Have a bit of that. Joe, only Yokohama. Paul Hexam, that kid needs to go out on loan if we get Isaac. He's a left winger, Paul, so he'll start more actually. I think our left side might actually be Gakpo and Ryo on that left hand side. Maybe with Ekitike occasionally playing out there. So Isaac coming in won't affect Miyaichi at all. I'd rather keep him around the first team for this year. I think he could be that good. He could be that good. He really could be. There's a little bit of the Raheem Sterling in him. When we first brought Raheem Sterling through, I remember us signing him from QPR, and when he first came through, you could see there was something a little bit special about Raheem Sterling as well, and there's a little bit about that with Ryo Miyaichi. You love to see it. Great stuff. Shot from distance from Yokohama. It's gone straight out of play. Oh, let's give the ball away. Liverpool with another chance here. Nyoni into the box. It's going to be a corner. And again, do you know what? We talk about Ngamoa, by the way. We talk about Ngamoa. And Ngamoa, of course, Rio, we can't forget what a fabulous young player he's going to be. But we can't forget about Trey Nyoni as well. Trey Nyoni's 18. And when he came into the first team last year at 17 years of age, I thought he was terrific. You know, he didn't get too much football, but he played in the cup. It was the FA Cup game against Plymouth. He played in, he played in the FA Cup, and he played in the FA Cup the year before that as well, when he was just 16, the same as Ngamoa. Frimpong with a strike. Oh, shot from distance. Again, Liverpool keep going. Tsimikas. Just wide. Kostas very nearly getting on the score sheet too there. And Frimpong. Elliott with an overhead kick. We weren't expecting that one. Joe Ngamoa, they got nothing on Trevon Sanusi. Paul Hexham, Liverpool's future is bright with those kids. Ngamoa's got nothing on Santiago. What's his name? Santiago. Oh, catastrophic tsunami damage has occurred in Russia following the earthquake. Well, the earthquake very nearly cancelled this game. It was very nearly evacuating parts of Yokohama. Right, well, it's full time here. Yokohama 1, Liverpool 3. A very, very good second half performance, I think, for Liverpool. We had the shock of going behind. It was a really, really good goal, actually, from Yokohama. They did spring a shock, I would say. But it was a fabulous, fabulous goal from Ryo Miyaichi, of course, Trey Nyoni, and that man, Florian Wirtz, to level things up for Liverpool. Just a wonderful outing for the Reds. And that's our Asia tour complete. Liverpool now head back to the UK and we face Atletico Bilbao, I think, in our next fixture, which is... When is that coming up, actually? Monday. It's Monday, isn't it? Monday, 4th of August. We play them at 5 p.m. and then we play them again, same day, at 8 p.m. So 2 games. I imagine it'll be 2 completely different lineups. And we'll be live for both of them. I will be live for both of those games, so if you are joining with me, then give us a like, give us a subscribe. I'm also going to be live tonight at 6 p.m. for Rangers against Panathinaikos in the Champions League. Can Rangers get through to the second leg? The third round. It is the second leg. Can they get through to the third round of qualifying? Right. Lots of love. Take it easy. Have a nice day, whatever you're doing. And I will see you all at 6 p.m. tonight for Panathinaikos against Rangers. Take it easy.